The day my stepsister Claire and I crossed a line I never imagined we'd approach remains the most exhilarating and unforgettable moment of my life. Every detail is etched in my memory as if it happened yesterday. It was a Saturday afternoon, the sunlight filtering through the half-drawn blinds, casting a warm glow across the wooden countertops. I sat at the kitchen table, scrolling aimlessly on my phone, the faint hum of the refrigerator filling the quiet. The house felt empty with Mom and her new husband, Michael, out visiting friends, leaving just Claire and me. We weren't particularly close, despite sharing a home for 2 years. Our relationship was cordial but distant. She was outgoing, always surrounded by friends, while I preferred solitude. Lately, though, something had shifted. A strange tension lingered whenever we were together, an unspoken energy I couldn't quite name. Claire walked into the kitchen, her loose tank top and grey sweatpants casual, her dark hair still damp from a shower. She moved with an effortless confidence I envied, but today there was a softness in her expression, a quietness that felt unusual. "Hey," she said, grabbing a glass from the cabinet, her voice casual but carrying a subtle weight. "Hey," I replied, setting my phone down. "What's up?" She shrugged, filling her glass with water. "Nothing much. Just needed a break from my room. Too quiet." I nodded, watching her lean against the counter, sipping her water. The way she stood, so at ease, made my chest tighten. I looked away quickly, hoping she hadn't noticed my lingering gaze. "Where's Michael and Mom?" she asked, breaking the silence. "Still out," I said. "They'll be back late." Claire nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. "So it's just us, huh?" "Yeah," I said, my voice quieter than intended. The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable, but it was heavy, as if we were both waiting for something. Claire set her glass down and pulled out a chair across from me, her eyes meeting mine. A jolt of electricity shot through me, familiar but impossible to ignore this time. "You've been acting weird lately," she said, her tone light but probing. I frowned. "What do you mean?" She leaned back, shrugging. "I don't know. You're quieter than usual. You avoid me sometimes." "I'm not avoiding you," I said quickly, though the words felt hollow. Claire raised an eyebrow, a playful smile tugging at her lips. "Readers, because it feels like you are." I opened my mouth to argue, but she wasn't wrong. I had been keeping my distance, unsettled by the way her presence filled a room, the way my heart raced around her. It scared me, and avoiding her seemed easier. "I've just been busy," I said lamely. "Busy doing what?" she teased, her gaze serious beneath the playful tone. I shrugged, staring at the table. "Tough." Claire laughed softly, the sound warm and low. "You're terrible at lying, you know that." Heat crept up my neck, and I felt my cheeks flush. "I'm not lying," I muttered, but she just smiled wider. "You're whatever you say." Her gaze held mine, intense and searching, making my stomach flip. I looked away, focusing on the table's wood grain. "You don't have to be so nervous around me," she said softly. "I'm not nervous," I lied, my trembling hands betraying me. "Okay," she said, her tone gentle but skeptical. She stood, grabbed a soda from the fridge, and offered me one. "Want one?" "Sure," I said, catching the can she tossed me, the cold metal grounding me slightly. She leaned against the counter, sipping her soda, her eyes still on me. I could feel her gaze, and it took everything not to squirm. "So," she said, setting her can down, "what's really going on?" Her tone carried a hint of mischief, as if she knew something I didn't. I hesitated, unsure how to respond. The truth was, I didn't know what was happening, just that things felt different, and it scared me. "I don't know," I admitted, my voice barely a whisper. Claire frowned, her playful demeanor softening. "Hey, it's okay. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to." I nodded, grateful for her understanding, but the shift in the air was undeniable. She didn't push, just leaned against the counter, her soda in hand, her eyes thoughtful. So, Claire said, breaking the quiet, what's for dinner? I'm starving. I laughed, relieved by the change in topic. I don't know. Michael left some stuff in the fridge. We could make something together. Sure, she said, her tone playful but carrying something deeper. We moved to the fridge, pulling out chicken and vegetables for a stir-fry. As we chopped and prepped, a comfortable rhythm settled between us, easing the tension. Can you hand me that pepper? Claire asked after a while. I reached for it, but my foot slipped on a stray carrot, and I stumbled. Claire's hand shot out, steadying me, her fingers firm on my arm. Careful, she said, her voice low. I'm fine, I said, though my heart pounded for reasons beyond the near fall. Her hand lingered, then released, leaving an ache in its absence. Maybe we should clean as we go, she teased, grinning. Maybe, I muttered, focusing on slicing the pepper, my hands trembling. You're quiet again, she said after a moment. What's going on in that head of yours? Nothing, I said too quickly. She laughed softly. Terrible liar. I kept my eyes on the vegetables, but Claire moved beside me, her presence overwhelming. Hey, she said softly, look at me. I hesitated, then set the knife down and met her gaze. Her eyes were serious, searching, and my breath caught. You don't have to keep everything bottled up, she said. You can talk to me. I swallowed hard, wanting to explain the tangle of emotions inside me but unsure how. It's nothing, I said, my voice cracking. She frowned, concerned. It doesn't seem like nothing. It's just things feel different lately, I admitted, my voice barely audible. Between us. Claire didn't respond immediately. Instead, she brushed her fingers against mine on the counter, the touch brief but electric. They do, she said quietly. And I don't know what to do with that. Her honesty stunned me. I'd thought I was alone in this, but she felt it too. What if we just ignored it? I asked, my voice trembling. Her lips curved into a sad smile. Do you think we can? I didn't answer, unsure. Ignoring it seemed safer, but her gaze made it clear pretending wasn't an option anymore. She stepped closer, the space between us shrinking. What if we didn't ignore it? She asked, her voice heavy with possibility. I couldn't look away, couldn't breathe. The room felt small, her presence overwhelming. I don't know, I whispered. Her fingers brushed mine again, and this time I didn't pull away. It's okay, she said softly. We don't have to figure it out now. Her hand lingered, warm and steady, and a calm settled over me. We turned back to cooking, the normalcy grounding us, but the air remained charged. Every glance, every brush of our hands carried weight. You're staring, Claire said suddenly, not looking up from her cutting board. I flinched, heat rushing to my face. I'm not, I said weakly. She smirked. You are. I reached for the olive oil, but she blocked my path, her teasing grin fading as our eyes met. We were too close, her warmth and scent enveloping me. My heart pounded and I froze. Jess, she said softly, why are we like this? I blinked, caught off guard. Like what? Like this, she said, gesturing between us. There's something here, and we're both too afraid to say it. Her words hit hard. She was right, there was something undeniable between us. I don't know what you mean, I lied, my voice wavering. Yes, you do, she said, stepping closer. My back hit the counter, and I had nowhere to go. You feel it too, don't you? She asked, her voice a whisper. I swallowed, my throat dry. I don't know. Yes, you do, she insisted gently. You're just scared. She wasn't wrong. I was terrified of what this meant, of how much I wanted her. Her fingers brushed my cheek, soft and tentative, sending a jolt through me. It's okay, she said. You don't have to say anything. Then she leaned in, her lips brushing mine in a gentle, questioning kiss. My mind screamed to stop, but my body leaned into her, my hands gripping the counter. The kiss deepened, her hand on my jaw, her other on my hip, pulling me closer. It was messy, overwhelming, and I didn't care. All that mattered was her. When we pulled apart, breathless, our foreheads rested together. "What are we doing?" I whispered, trembling. Claire smiled, her thumb brushing my cheek. "I don't know, but it feels right." Her words eased the tension in my chest. Maybe we didn't need answers now. Maybe feeling was enough. But a nagging voice reminded me this wasn't simple. We'd crossed a line, and there was no going back. "You're thinking too much," Claire said, her voice pulling me back. Her hand rested on my waist, grounding me. "Stop thinking." "I can't help it," I murmured. "This is insane." She chuckled. "Maybe it is, but does it feel wrong?" I hesitated. It didn't. It was terrifying, exhilarating, but not wrong. "I don't know how to feel," I admitted. "That's okay," she said gently. "You don't have to figure it out now." We kissed again, slower, and